Hi everyone, welcome to Lilybugs Library. My name's Linda, and welcome to my weekly update. Usually it's Fridays, but this time it's Saturday. With the holiday yesterday, there was a lot going on, so we're just going to do it today. So I had a really good reading week, read 3 books, all of them excellent, and so let's get into it. So the first one was, and I'm sure if you're a cozy mystery fan, you're anxiously awaiting this one. It was an arc from NetGalley, so thank you to NetGalley and to the publisher and author. And it is the latest in the Cheese Shop Mysteries by Karina Moss. So this one is called Bait and Swiss. Yes. So again, it's there's someone that comes to town, and it's someone who Willa used to be involved with, along with his partner, who used to be Willa's best friend. So, a lot of bad blood there. And they come to town and start trying to open up a chocolate shop, but someone ends up dead. And it's up to Willa and Team Cheese to solve the mystery. And if you've read any of the books, you would know that Team Cheese involves Willa and the people that work with her and her friends, and they help her to help to run the shop, but they also help with the mysteries. And Karina Moss just has hit after hit. I mean, this was a great novel. It had the usual charm of Curds and Whey, the cheese shop. The mystery was excellent, really interesting. You kind of go back and forth, trying to figure out who it is that's actually involved and what their motivation was. And it's really well done. The characters I just love. I mean, I could spend, lots of time in that cheese shop just, listening to them and, seeing what they've got going on. It's like coming home. And the plot, like I said, was really good. I didn't guess the murderer, and it was just another hit for her. Really well done. She's such a great writer. I think out of all the things she's written, the Cheese Shop Mysteries are probably my favorite. But anything that she's had her hand in is good. So that one I would definitely give 5 out of 5, and it comes out on April 29th, so be sure you pick up a copy. So the next one was the one that Wonderful Husband and I had been reading for a while. It takes us a while, as you know, to get through things. But it is called House of Mirrors, and so this was had to do with Mrs. Hudson, who is the housekeeper, or the landlady, I guess, for Sherlock Holmes. So this is kind of her story, how she got to be Mrs. Hudson, because she didn't start out that way, and her whole backstory of a mystery in her own life. And so Sherlock and Dr. Watson move in, and they start to discover things and work out whether they can help her. So I won't give anything away, but I will say, I mean, I really enjoyed the mystery. I enjoyed the characters. Now, do I think the Sherlock Holmes character was like the Sherlock Holmes that we've read about in his own books? No. I didn't think, I mean, he was a great character, but I wouldn't call him Sherlock Holmes. To me, he was just a guy, like he wasn't Sherlock Holmes, because there wasn't a lot of that kind of that aloofness that Holmes usually has, and there wasn't a lot of that kind of ticking things going on in his mind as he's figuring out clues, and it just didn't feel the same. And I always think of him as being kind of a character that's back from humanity, like that's not the way his brain works. And this character was quite caring and sweet at times, and it's like, it just didn't seem like him. But in spite of that, the book was good, and I would give it 4 out of 5. So the next one, this one just really caught my heart, I have to say. It was called Appalachian Song, and I had never heard of the author. It's Michelle Shockley. But she was great. It's about this girl. Her name is, yep, doesn't matter. No, I don't have her actual name here. But anyway, this teenage girl who is wandering through the Appalachian Mountains and comes upon this house, and they discover her, and it's filled with four sisters who are a fair bit older, and they live together on their family farm. And when the girl shows up there, they realize that she's pregnant. She doesn't look in good shape. She looks like she's been hurt. And they take her in, and she has a gunshot wound, and they take her in and they heal her and, take care of her. And they decide, they ask her name, and she tells them, I don't know if she told them, or, yeah, I don't think they made it up. But she tells them her name's Songbird, or they call her Songbird or something. And she, as time goes on, her story comes out as to why she's there and what happened to her. And they begin to develop a relationship with her. So a lot of it takes place during that time period. And then the rest of it takes place in the present, where this guy meets this woman who is a midwife. And he is a famous country singer, and he and his agent show up in at this midwife's home, and they ask her for help because he has found out that he's adopted, and he wants help finding out the story behind his adoption. So she agrees to help reluctantly, and so that's them kind of trying to solve this mystery of who his mother was, and whether he's kind of still in shock from finding out he was adopted. So he's not very receptive to everything. He's not even sure he wants to know. But they're working together to try and figure that out. So it was an excellent book. Such good characters, and so well rounded. You find out quite a bit about all of them. A lot about midwifery and what these women go through that are trying to help these people who are pregnant, and the setting of the Appalachian Mountains and the farm, and all of that is just beautiful. And I almost think I don't think it was, trying to see if it was her first novel. I couldn't swear to that, but I feel like somewhere I might have read it was a debut novel. But anyway, if it was, kudos to her. She did a wonderful job. But, like I said, I could be wrong about that one. So those are the three that I read, and that one I'd give 5 out of 5. So not a bad week. 5 out of 5, 2 5 out of 5s, and 1 4 out of 5. So pretty darn good. So otherwise, I'm just wrapping up a few books. I started the Amish Candy Shop Mysteries. The first one's called Salted Caramel, and it's excellent. Really enjoying it. Don't like putting it down to do anything, but I also have another one on the go that I feel just as strongly about, and this one's The Beekeeper of New York. Whew, that's had a lot of twists and turns, and it's just been so good and really kind of unlike anything I've read. So really enjoying that one. That one's historical fiction. And then Wonderful Husband and I are reading Fahrenheit 451. So I have read it before, but it was at least 30 years ago, probably more. And so I really remember next to nothing about it. So it's like it's brand new again. so we're enjoying that one. And then the last thing that we've been reading is a devotional for Easter. So it's the Easter Code, a 40-day journey to the cross. So we've been going through that, and of course that's nearly done because Easter is nearly here. And one I just started as an audiobook, because I do always like to have an audiobook on the go, because if I'm doing, cooking or something, I like to be able to listen to that. and it's called Long Way Home. That's about all I can tell you about it. I do know that it's a historical fiction as well, but don't even know what it's about at this point because I am just like 2-3 pages into it. So that is the reading. So that's what's been going on here. As you can tell, I'm having a bad hair day, so I'm gonna go and see if I can get that fixed up and bring some life to myself. And in the meantime, I'm gonna try to put my books away so I don't go near them while I get some things done. Because when the books are that good, you really just want to curl up somewhere and stay there. All right. Hope everybody has a great day. All right. Bye bye.